jumping so high, jumping and seething.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Low, low, man. Low, low, man.
You like contracts, right? You're a contract guy.
I read contracts instead of conventional pornography.
Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. Oh yeah.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Andrew Esquire, the legal mindset, teaching you to be your own judge here from Japan. It's my last night in Japan. I'm sipping on some nice, cool, natural mineral water from a very, very fancy 7-Eleven here. But it's good day. If my stream doesn't get scuffed, if the hotel internet holds up, we'll see what happens. We're gonna scuff the shit out of this in this hotel room tonight before I get back on. And no pink shirt tonight. I'm putting up the pink shirt. That's ready for the flight tomorrow when I get back to the cock. And by that I mean the Bangkok, right? I mean the Bangkok. But good to see everybody here today. What's up? Good to see everybody here. And obviously, off rip, we've got Doug Diaz dropping 5 memberships before the intro even stops playing, which I have to say, because we're talking Shondo today, baby. We're talking Fallen Shadow.
Not a sin. I cannot absolve you. Mega based.
There we go. We're doing it. Thank you so much, Doug Diaz. Appreciate your support. Thank you for the gift memberships. If you received one, please say thank you to Doug. And anybody who's received one, just please say thank you to those that gifted to you. It's absolutely based to them. Thank you so much and appreciate your support. I know you guys are, especially the gifters, you guys gift time and time again. You help me do this on a regular basis. So thank you very much. Very much appreciate all of y'all. But thank you, Doug Diaz. Debbie said, I'm so sick. I'm sick, so I can finally catch one of these. Okay, thank you, Debbie, for the 2. And I'm glad you're sick. I mean,
Emotional damage.
I'm just saying. I'm kind of hurt. No, it's all right. I hope you feel better. I was actually having a cough on the way in, but thank God for Thailand, where you can just walk up to a pharmacy and say, "Give me the drugs," legally, and they'll just give you antibiotics instead of you having to go through a stupid doctor that's like, you should drink some honey and tea and lemon. And I'm like, fuck off. I drank a bunch of tea. It's time for the good stuff, baby. Give me that good stuff. Right? And I feel much better. I'm feeling great. Patrick, remember for 3 months, Water said watermelon. Thank you, Patrick. Appreciate that. And Mersulandia, member for 8 months, said, what are your thoughts about Disney's lawsuit against Rogue One, where Governor Tarkin's actor was brought back digitally? I need to look into that one. So today is a VTuber-focused stream. Obviously, I'll take super chats and the things, but I am going to do a Disney stream when I am back in Bangkok. And also, I will be on Midnight's Edge, I believe, tomorrow night. I have to work out when exactly it will be my time in Asia, but either tomorrow or the next, I don't know, sometime. I think maybe Wednesday night. At some point, I'm going to be on at Midnight's Edge. I think Wednesday night my time, maybe Wednesday during the day, I'll be on Midnight's Edge and we'll be talking Disney stuff. So that'll be a good one. Hopefully, I can get my Disney stream up before I go on, because a lot to talk about in Disney World, a lot of crazy shit going on with those guys. I also want to talk a little bit about Warhammer. There's a lot going on with Space Marine and Henry Cavill. I want to talk some gaming. Now, at the very end of this, I may talk about Ubisoft really quick, because there's some weird shit going down, and I've noticed it, and it's really fucking weird. We're going to talk about that at the very end. The very, very end. I have to catch the Shinkansen at fucking 6:30 in the morning tomorrow, right? It's 10:19 p.m. tonight, so I'm trying not to get too crazy tonight. But we'll get through all the topics I planned for. And King Lugia, thank you for the 5. Appreciate you very, very, very much. Thank you for that, King Lugia. You're gonna sign up and join them.
Hello, Special Department.
So thank you, King Luigi. Appreciate your support and absolutely based of you. Just haters on Shondo. Oh, it's more than that. It's more than just random haters. It is Twitch as an institution hating. And speaking of hating, this chair hates me. So if you guys hear like a squeaky ass chair, that's this fucking stool I'm sitting on. It is not cooperating with me tonight. It is not cooperating with me tonight. So that's the squeakiness. It's really weird. Devi became a new member. Welcome, Devi, as a new member. And we appreciate that. You've accessed all the emojis, everything else, and all of the replays as a member of the Replay Gang. Now, let's get into it. Now, I've got a couple things. Let's see. Let's start with something fun. We always like to start out with a laugh here. So I saw this one and I was just laughing today. You know, I'm here in Japan. I'm dealing with a lot of like drunk Oji-sans, you know, as I'm bumbling around the streets. And all of a sudden I see this and I'm like, you know what? My day just got funnier, you know. I see something like this. Whenever I see something like this, I'm like, you know what? The world is a good place. You know, the world is a happy place. The world is a happy place. Oh yeah. Is it based though? Like, is that based? Like poll in the chat. Is NTR love based? It's a yes or no question. There's really no middle ground here. Gotta ask the chat. You guys can adjudicate on that real quick. But meanwhile, Mazrova Palma coming in with the big 20, that giant palm, like that executor of a palm. Thank you so much, Mazrova Palma, for the 20 coming up big. And also thank you, JP Ravenfire, for the 5. And JP, I know you gifted big on the other one. And Mazrova, you're always coming through like an absolute Chad. And you know what? Let's give you two, since you two are just absolute G's, you know, Mazrova Palma and JP Ravenfire, let's give you something a little bit longer.
Long,
Yes, since you know we're talking about NTR as well, and the long man is definitely NTR approved. It's fully NTR, right? Just in case you don't know. By the way, the poll in the chat says 64% think NTR love is not based. 37% are correct thinking it's based. I'm joking. I'm joking. It's your personal opinion. It's up to you. Now, see, I think here's my thought on NTR, which is going to get clipped and taken wildly out of context. Welcome to the internet. In NTR, it's all about who you're putting yourself in the shoes of. If you're putting yourself in the shoes of the one who is getting NTR'd, definitely not based. But if you're the NTRer, the NTR activist, right? The agent of NTR, that might be a little bit based. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to be the ugly bastard, but if you are, though, I don't want to be Jack Murphy. Yeah, if you're Jack Murphy, that's definitely not, right? That's definitely not. In fact, we're going to talk about some people that are pretty much VTuber Jack Murphys today. There's a thing called Nitori, which is the lesser evil. I need to do my research on that. I don't know what that is. So if you don't like NTR, let's be real. You're inserting as the Californian male. Oh, no. Smash the like button, whether you like NTR or not. Guys, whether you like NTR or not. All right. People are saying time to Google search Jack Murphy. Please do. Please do. I make enough Jack Murphy references. We have a Jack Murphy emoji. We literally have a Murphy emoji. If you do not know about the story of Jack Murphy, you can check out my older videos on this channel, right? Now, don't be confused. You may see that skunk-like beard on many individuals. Many individuals have worn it, right? Yeah, Nick, the cut Kata, he's worn it, right? A lot of other people have worn that beard. It is something that is passed down to future cucks, right? It is the beard. The beard is transient. It's like the sisterhood of the traveling pants, but for cucks. For cucks. Anyways, King Lugia for 6 Malaysian ringgit said, "Don't make me NTR your mom from you." Wait, what? I don't think that's how that works, but okay. Because your mom shouldn't be your girl unless you're also combining that with the wincest tag, but that's not really a wincest. It's kind of a lose cest. It's weird. It's weird. We're getting in weird territory here. Urukana Senpai said, "Hey, Legal, it's been a while since I was here. Glad to see you're still growing. Love and energy from Germany. P.S. Twitch sucks." Oh, thank you. Vielen Dank. Actually, you know what? I got to be honest. I did have a good time with my friends and family in Germany. It was my cousin's wedding. I had a great time in the countryside, in a partying in a castle. That was actually kind of fucking badass, right? And that's the Germany that I wish I was visiting every single time I was there, instead of, coming to cities that are crazy. But thank you for the love. Appreciate that. Take care. Viel Spaß. Have fun out there and enjoy yourself wherever you are in the world. Francisco Gode said there's a hollow clip where they talk about NTR. Send it to me and I'll play it. Not today. Let's wait till I got more time and a better internet connection, but I will play it. I've got some clips for today, though. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. We got clips coming. Let's talk real quick about the death of Mari Mari real quick, because I think that's very important. So I saw this from my good friend Crick's Hit Trigger Point over here, which is Rip Mari Mari. And this is on Kirsch's stream, which is absolutely hilarious. I love these AI chat summaries. Check this out. So this is a chat summary. Viewers are reacting to news of Mari Mari EN's passing. Many are expressing their condolences and memories of her, while others are discussing the tragic event that led to her death. These chatbots are fucking great. Like, this is one of the best inventions that I really believe has been out there in the last, YouTube has done a lot of fuck ups, but the chat summary, mwah, chef's kiss. That is perfect. Getting moments like these in the chat summary is what you live for. This is what you live for. So Rip Mari Mari. I wish I got to play Roblox with you. I'm sorry, Mari Mari. We'll never get that Roblox date. It's not going to happen, but I wish we could make it happen. I'm sorry. Not going to lie, the feature is hilarious. Yeah, it's absolutely hilarious. So Mari Mari, I salute you, Goldfish. I salute you. All right, let's get into some serious stuff and some serious analysis, because I'm a lawyer. I do serious lawyer stuff, right? My friend was at a bar with me in Osaka, and he was trying to explain the topics I cover to like a random Japanese person. And they're like, well, he covers like law, like, the Amber Heard, Johnny Depp case. And they're like, oh, yes, Amber Heard. And then they're like, yeah, and he does some otaku shit. And they're like, otaku? And I'm like, yeah, have you heard of VTubers? And they're looking at me and I'm like VTubers? And I'm like, yeah, I do some law shit on that. They're like, I'm going to go drink over here. Very funny. So anyways, we got some financial analysis. So we have now some results from the Q1 of 2025 for AnyColor. Now we've got the raw data here, and I could go over the raw data because of course I do like it raw. However, the raw data is boring. Only a nerd would want to go over the raw data, which is what I did earlier today. But I actually found that these financial forms, which is the gap results from the 3 months that ended in 2025, July 31st, 2024, which they consider their Q1 of 2025. It sounds weird, but they consider this, even though it's midway through the year, Q1 of 2025. Don't ask questions. Just accept financial years being ridiculous, okay? Just accept them being ridiculous. Also, whoever walked in and said, "What is this poll?" Welcome to the legal mindset. I'll end the poll though right now. Okay. And real quick before I continue, Trish Chan says, "Sir, that's Mari Mari EN. Emphasis on the underscore to you, sir." And Einhander said, "The only thing better than an AI summary is the AI live translator on YouTube." Heyo! That's right, Einhander. Thanks for the 5. Wildcade for 2. said Florida man playing dress to impress with Mari. I don't think I'm playing anything. I always impress when I dress. Thank you, Wildcade. No, I would love to stream with Mari. I think that'd be fun. So we've had the financial reports, and I read through the whole thing. Once again, got the numbers, but VTuber Sensei, quick shout out to this guy. He is a freaking G over here. He put this together. This guy's VTuber Sensei is his blog is vtubersensei.com. I want to give a quick shout out to him. I'll put this in the description because I really appreciate the way he did this. I like graphs. I like PowerPoints. I like all sorts of things. And he did a good job. So VTuber Sensei describes himself as a hardcore VTuber fan since the days of Kizuna AI. Ever since then, I've dived deep into the VTuber industry, learning everything I can about VTubers, agencies, and the business side of things. And now I'm here to help you ascend above the rest. So this guy did a great presentation. And I just want to, give credit where credit is due. When people present stuff in a really digestible way, that's really awesome. And he translated it into English, which made it a lot easier and took a lot of the stuff that was available in the Japanese version of different materials and put it in here, which is really great. So shout out to VTuber Sensei. Appreciate that. Definitely based. And speaking of based, Leprechaun Gold coming in here with a hard 50 and dropping a Shiba on me. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate your shibs. Do love all of my shibs. But thank you so much for that. Appreciate that very, very much. And then Andrew Collins for Taiwanese 75 says hello from Taiwan. First time on your streams. Glad you're based, Andrew. Long man. Hey, Andrew, welcome to the stream as a fellow Andrew, right? From Andrew Esquire to Andrew Collins. Welcome on the stream, and hope you're enjoying yourself in Taiwan, whatever you're doing there, whether you're working, whether you're living there, whatever. Hope you're enjoying yourself. I do mean to get to Taiwan. It's a very scenic place from what I've seen, and a lot of anime is based there. So I want to check that out, like the Spirited Away village that's in Taiwan. So shout out to my Taiwanese brothers and sisters. Appreciate you and always acknowledge you, no matter how much they try to get butthurt on the mainland, right? Yes. China equal North Taiwan. Yes. Indeed. I am definitely not allowed on the mainland. Anyways, let's get to these results from VTuber Sensei. So this is the big one, guys, right here. Let me drop down here, zoom in on this. Here is the big one. Now, a lot of people, and I guess I've got to put up this banner here too, that this is not the financial advice. So let me put this up. Yeah, we'll put this up that way. So not financial advice, right? But this is the revenue. Now, in my take, look, we've looked a lot at the Niji Sanji stock. And if I recall correctly, if we look at the AnyColor stock, I believe it might have gotten a temporary up, right? So I think the last month or so, it's actually gone up a bit. Let's pop over here. So the stock has pumped. Now, one thing you need to be aware of, why does stock pump? Well, there's a lot of reasons. Stock can pump because of currency fluctuations. The yen is doing pretty well right now. That could be a thing, right? It can pump because of general market trends. Market could be trending generally upward. It can pump because of buybacks, right? Which they are doing. They are doing repeated several buybacks, stock buybacks to pump their stock price. So all of these factors can lead to a stock rising. What I generally follow with the stock, and I've been talking about this in general, is the trend. And when we zoom out, which is what you should always do, this is the 5-year chart. And actually, let's just go out to the max chart. So this is as far as it goes. You see the general trend. The general trend here is no bueno, right? The general trend over the yearly basis, long term, not short term. We're not talking about quick pump and dumps like a Tuesday at the pub. This is the long-term trend. It is not looking great for Nichijin. This is looking horrible. This is a horrible chart. I don't care what their last month looks like. In general, long term, it looks real bad. And it doesn't look like, despite the little pump there, that this is going to get them to any sort of new high, right? Could be wrong, right? Once again, not financial advice. But what I really look at, what I really care about is revenue, because revenue at the end of the day is what matters. And shout out to a channel of mine. There's a co-creator, Aaron Clary, who's a friend of mine, who brought up a very good point. A lot of creators out there who are younger and they're kind of inexperienced, they use the term write it off. So when a company loses money, they say, oh, they'll just write it off. They'll just write it off. Well, here's the thing. Writing something off doesn't make you money. So even if you are taxed a little bit less, let's say you deduct something, that you're not going to make more money. And that said, for a business, they write everything off anyways already. Like everything is a business expense for a business typically. So it's already all written off. So a lot of people will use that term inaccurately, and you should be very, very thoughtful and careful when you hear that term, when people throw it around, whether it's Niji Sanji, AnyColor, or whether it's an American company, whether it's even Phase Connect or anywhere else, whether it's a write-off, right? Well, you've already spent the money. So, it's not really a thing there. It really comes into play more if you are somebody who is working for yourself and you have a personal expense that you can write off as a business expense and thus garner more deductions, whereas you wouldn't be able to garner that for personal expense. That is something that's valid, but that's something that doesn't really come to play here in the Niji Sanji context. So a little bit of nerding out there on the finances. Also, speaking of nerding out, Leprechaun Gold, thank you for another 20. Appreciate you. Thank you for that. Really, really appreciate you. Super based. And also, guys, if you want to help me out, hit the like button. That will really, really, really help me out. Obviously, super chats are great, but right now we've got 900 people here watching me break this down. So this really helps me if you guys get that word out there so more people can join and follow. Now, here's the revenue. Here's the problem. Year over year, they've dropped 50%. This is the quarter where they had to deal with the backlash of Doki Bird. This is the revenge of Doki Bird. Okay. This is it here. This is the quarter that we're saying, hey, they're going to really need to pay attention because this is where it hits. So this is showing you what negligible looks like. This is negligible, right? This is negligible. Now, does this mean the company is going to go bankrupt tomorrow? No. But does this mean there was a serious backlash from what happened during that saga? Hell yes. Is there an enduring effect on this company? Yes. Does it have now a mark on this company as a black company? Have people pulled their funding from this company? Yes. There is a serious financial effect here. This is not something that is due to COVID, because COVID has long been over, right? Look at the 2023 numbers, 2024 numbers. For the longest time, all the businesses wanted to blame everything on COVID. This isn't COVID. Guys, I'm in Japan right now. Let me tell you, it's not tourism being down or spending being down. There's more motherfuckers in Japan now than I've ever seen in my life, right? Osaka's packed. I could barely get into a restaurant when I was in Osaka. I'm in Nagoya now, but it was crazy. It's nuts. And even the Shinkansen was super busy, right? So it's not like this is due to any pandemic or any financial conditions or a recession, right? Remember, this is looking back. And this was also when, speaking of which, so I mentioned the dollar to yen, the dollar was much stronger even then, and the revenue's down, right? So it's showing people in the English-speaking world were literally not buying. This is bad. And let me just say this real quick here. For all of those that, want to say that we're just hating on Niji Sanji, think about this from the lens of an old, crusty, financially conservative. They may be, their politics may be whatever, right? But a financially conservative old investor who has millions or billions of dollars, some crusty old fuck, right? When they're looking to invest in something, let's say it's oil, right? Are they going to invest in a speculative experimental company that's not doing well and not profitable? Or are they going to invest in something they know is going to make them money, or at least make money at a consistent basis? They're going to invest in the one that can make them money. So if you're looking to invest as an old crusty motherfucker in the VTuber sphere, because you hear, oh, the VTuber sphere is up and coming, I want to invest. Well, are you going to invest in a company that is doing this, or are you going to invest in Cover Corporation, which is literally the alternative staring you in the face? Are you going to drop your money in something that is going to maintain relatively stable, if not grow, or something that is showing a trend line that is clearly down? You're going to go with something that you know is relatively stable and looks like it's got a big potential for growth. It's Cover Corporation. Of course, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you where to invest, right? I'm just telling you, hey, this is how crusty old bastards think, right? Yeah, somebody said in the chat, investors want stability and reliability. Exactly. People do not want to invest in these companies. Forget about your feelings about the Oshis or your feelings even about the Doki saga. Forget about that. When you see these revenue numbers, people don't want to invest in that. Your feelings aside, right? So this is a pretty objective analysis. Now, I'll give you guys one point which may remedy in the next quarter for Niji Sanji. The dollar to yen change, because they have a market that's strongly Japanese, that may actually pair and work out better for them because the yen is relatively strong. So maybe that works out better for them next quarter. Maybe, who knows? We'll see how that plays out. It's not a for sure thing, right? Because that may not drive spending, but we'll see, right? But we're not in this quarter. We're looking at last quarter. We're looking at Q1, what they call Q1 of 2025, which is really the last 3 months. So really interesting data here. This is the big point, the big takeaway from this. If you get one thing and one thing only from this stream, it's that Niji Sanji's revenue is dropping precipitously, and there's a pattern, right? There's a literal pattern in the drop. Andrew says, I live and work here. Awesome. I'm 1/4 Taiwanese by blood. I'm Eurasian. Oh, awesome. Yeah, it's like my friend Rini Draws, who does awesome comics. So yeah, cool. Awesome. Radio Iskander says, Niji Sanji, more like Niji Sunset. Surely negligible. Indeed. Thank you. All right, so let's continue down here. Where we're going over and by the way, I love the fact he did the little links here, really great stuff. He linked to the original. So saying, for the first time in history, AnyColor, the parent company of Niji Sanji, is showing signs of financial strain. Well, the company has seen consistent growth since its founding. Q1 of 2025 reveals significant drop across all business segments, suggesting potential underlying issues beyond the reported seasonality and postponed events. This is it right here. This is not just, oh, Christmas sucked. This is not just, oh, we didn't get, we didn't hit the targets we wanted for our tickets. No, this is a big issue. So looking at the results here, they're down in live streaming. They're down in commerce. They're down in events. They're down in promotion. Down. Overall revenue fell by 16.9 year over year. Event revenue plunged 93.6 from one postponed event, one canceled event, and general seasonality. But this is the point. Would they have canceled or postponed those events if not for the shit they pulled? I would say no. They wouldn't have canceled those events, I don't think. Commerce remains their strongest section. So literally merch. This is merch. Commerce means merch. That's the thing for merch. So literally all they've got is merch. Merch is like holding them together right now. Crimson Splat says, not sure what to make of it. Volume traded during the rise and fall. Last few days have been very heavy. Yeah. Which is why I don't like reading short-term patterns, and I just look at the long-term trends. Tell me again it was negligible. Revenue by business area. So you've got other promotion, event, commerce, live streaming. Once again, all down year over year. Quarter one to quarter one is down, right? This raises questions about whether these financial challenges are isolated incidents or indicative of more systemic issues within the company. I've got my money on systemic issues. Niji Sanji En. So this is AnyColor in general, by the way. And this is specifically EN. So one of the most alarming areas is the dramatic downturn of Niji Sanji En, which is described as crashing and burning by the VTuber community on social media. Guys, fire emojis in the chat for the crash and burn of Niji Sanji. Fire emojis out there for them.
Fighting monkey とかさ。
You know, you gotta get some fire on that monkey. Live streaming revenue dropped 44.75. So people are just not tuning in. They're not super chatting. They're not engaging. Commerce fell 57.75%. Event revenue fell to zero, almost negative. It fell to negative. They lost money. They literally lost money. Niji Sanji En lost money on events. I'm loving these fire emojis. Loving it. Appreciate it, guys. I also appreciate the monkeys. All right. And then promotions are down 4.17 event. They didn't really have much going on there. There's not much revenue there, so they didn't lose much there. But the big one is, look, they're big dog, commerce, and live streaming. Those taking a hit, and they're losing money on events. Yeah, that's bad. Real bad. If I'm in their boardroom, I'm really panicking right now. Key observations. Niji Sanji En's financial decline raises questions. Although AnyColor points to logistical challenges like event postponements and cancellations, there may be deeper issues at play. For example, the branch has been embroiled in several high-profile scandals. For instance, the sell-in controversy and the general behavior of their talents on stream. These events have damaged the brand's reputation, leading to a decreased audience trust and engagement. Expansion plans, other insights. They don't have expansion plans. That's a problem. They're just growing these employees without actually directing them. So the number of VTubers increased to 165, with 34 in Niji Sanji En and 131 in Niji Sanji JP. They mainly are growing their JP branch. Their audience remains young, with 57% in the 20 to 29% range and 21% under 19. So they literally have 78% of their audience is under the age of 29, a significant chunk of which is under the age of 19. 68% female. So the Fujos are strong, although it's young. You know, it's young. So it's a young Fujos. The baby Fujo. What do you call a baby Fujo, guys? What's a baby Fujo? I mean, is that like a Fuji-chan? You know, I don't know. Under 19 is bad, low disposable income, especially in Japan right now. Gen Z, they don't have any money. They're broke as shit, and they're not working. That's the thing about the younger generations here. They're just not working. Ako Fuji, Chibi Fuji, chicks, red flag, a loser, Lolly Fuji, Ko Fuji, Fujitan, kitten, Hellspawn. I like that one. Gator. Hold on, we gotta play this one real quick.
Maybe I have a chance.
You goddamn crocodile! Go back to the fucking Florida! Go back to the Florida, you fucking crocodile!
So someone mentioned gators. Got to get the crocodile in there. Appreciate the gator emojis, litigator emojis out there. Appreciate y'all. All right. Pie Baker said, you don't understand, Andrew. When Niji partners with Gepatos, Slanesh worshiping construct, their numbers will go to the moon. Well, when they start worshiping Slanesh, we know it's over. Jacob for 25 said, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it's negligible. Appreciate that, Jacob Andrew. Thank you so much. All right, so here they say, AnyColor is planning to increase the number of VTubers by 10 to 15%, with the goal of growing revenue per VTuber by the same percentage. See, this is the thing. They are continuing to bank on the shotgun approach. And I just think this is a failing approach. The shotgun approach where they don't invest in their actual talent. They just invest in, oh, we'll get another one. That's not working out well for them. That's not paying off for them. Maybe they should start looking at the people that are doing well and popular and putting more money into them to grow them instead of using literal Chinese human wave tactics like they're a bunch of communists in the 1950s. Right? What is this, the DNC? I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. Send in the next Zergling wave. We won't talk about politics on this one. Chaos Smash says, baby Fuji equals stain on humanity. Applies to all Fujios. And Rodrigo Nakamuta for 5 reals. So can you hire me? Then I can send you more supas. Is that how that works? That's why Eagle sends me supas, because I pay him. Oh man. Is communism isn't a good financial strategy. I know, it's shocking, right? It is shocking. It is not a good financial strategy. By the way, what's up, Don Baca? Good to see you. Checking in. Saying hi to Danielle here. Einander said, comrades, you laugh, but the Vox Tenga saved Nietzsche's merch. The Vox Tenga. Guys, listen, whenever the Vox Tenga comes out.
Degenerates. You guys degenerates.
That's the absolutely most degenerate thing that's come out of this chat. Is the invention of the Vox Tenga. All right. So takeaway and analysis. Number 1 is revenue decline. The sharp decrease in revenue across all sectors, especially in events, should suggest that AnyColor is facing more than just seasonal challenges. Although they've cited previous event cancellations and postponements, the severity implies potential underlying issues such as competition or audience disengagement. Niji struggles. The English-speaking branch's financial collapse points to more serious structural issues. Scandals and drama have tarnished their brand, but the declining popularity and lack of event success suggests they may need to reconsider their content and engagement strategies. Yeah, they need to do anything to engage people abroad instead of just targeting Japan, which is actually what they've said in their corporate documents. They put in their filings, their securities filings, which once again, guys, these filings have to be true. If they're clear misstatements, that would be a violation of the law. That'd be a securities breach, securities law violation if they make a material misstatement. They've said our focus is on Japan in their own financial filings. So it's not me just making this stuff up. I'm just reading what is out there, and this is what they've said. Optimistic outlook but uncertain future. The refusal to lower its revenue expectations for the next quarter, despite current struggles, may be seen as either confidence or over-optimism. The company's future may hinge on how well they navigate the challenges of audience retention, competition, and scandal fallout. Expansion plans. Their strategy to grow the VTuber base and focus on existing talent to either reignite growth or further strain resources if audience interest continues to wane. Success may depend on how well they innovate their content and sustain engagement in an increasingly competitive VTuber market. Well, actually, I think this is kind of a typo here, but they're actually focusing on growing, not focusing on the existing talent. So the problem is that they're only focusing on growth and not on existing talent. That's a problem. Scandals impact. The effect of the various scandals cannot be ignored. Reputational damage, especially in the entertainment industry, can have long-lasting effects. You know it. And the thing that people underestimate about the VTuber community is the VTuber community, which is something I know, has a long memory. They don't forget stuff. Like the VTuber community remembers shit that went down like 3-4 years ago like it happened yesterday. The VTuber community does not forget. And just like a honey badger, they'll be fucking on you. If somebody, for example, when people that are bad faith actors that come in and out of the VTuber community, when they do that, people remember. And Niji Sanji is not going to get past this easily. Chaos Smash says, the Vox Tenga is back in high demand, said no one. Mazurva Palma for check 50, check Krona, said Sylvia battle strategy that never fails. Naz Mangol If it fails, there weren't enough of you. It's true. It's true. In Soviet Russia, war fights you. Wild Cade said, "What about Kaysan Tenga?" I'll have to look into that. Email me. Charon 5582 said, "It will be cool to see if they merge EN this year." Or merge EN with what? With JP? So they're gonna. Well, you think they're gonna merge EN with JP? That would be even worse. Papita Deadbeat, Shumbucket, Bucko, Jamstone, Snackfan, DOT, member for 4 months. So I still remember Wactor /190, ni perdón, ni olvido. Yeah, Wactor was pretty fucked too. Wactor was pretty fucked. Who are they going to merge it? They're just going to dissolve EN? That's the only thing they can do at this point is dissolve them. All right, a fork in the road. AnyColor is at a critical juncture. While they've experienced immense growth since their founding, the report signals a possibility of stagnation or decline. Whether this is a temporary setback due to the event postponements or seasonal factors, or a more permanent downturn triggered by internal issues and scandals, remains to be seen. If they can effectively navigate these challenges, innovate and rebuild trust, AnyColor could potentially, I like that. This is very conditional language. Could potentially, hypothetically bounce back. However, if they fail to address the root cause of their financial decline, the future is looking grim. I would say the future is looking black future for Kuro Sanji. So that's what I've got on AnySanji. Great article there by VTuber Sensei. I just want to give a shout out once again. I like people who do good content, who put out good work. I will put that. In fact, I'm going to do it right now and just drop that right into the description. So those who want to find that can find that. So I'll get the article right in here. Boom, boom, boom. So if you guys want to see that article, you can find that in the video description. All right. Also, this is very nice from somebody. Maybe says, "Love Andrew. Moderators are the best, and chat is awesome fun. MAGA-based, live. Yeah, I was going to talk about the second assassination, but we got VTuber stuff to do today, so it's another day. Sharon says, "Yes, I said that back in February. EN plus JP by 25. That would be crazy if that happens. And if you called it, you called it, and good on you for calling it if you did." Now, before we go, though, I like to show some clips in between. So I think, let's see what we got. I got 2 clips that got sent in. I think one of them's 2 minutes. One of them might be a little too long, though. Let's see here. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I think this is, okay, there's a short one. Here's a short one. Let's play this short here as we go between topics. This is from Pirate Software.
Some of you may have missed this, but I realized something horrifying is that if you piss off a VTuber, they can both be on stream and running directly at your house at maximum speed at the same time, and you would never know. That terrifies me. That's a superpower we don't have in the rest of the streaming world, and that scares the shit out of me.
Just imagine that with Pippa. You know, Pippa is at the same time running at you and screaming at you online. It's very true. It's very true. Very true. Audio is choppy. I think I played that one before too. So yes. Oh yeah, I got that super chat. Cool. We're going through Shondo right now. So let's transition to Shondo. And no, I'm not saying Shondo is transitioning. I'm just saying we're transitioning to Shondo. And we're going to talk about that right now. So what happened with our girl Fallen Shadow? Well, I saw the other day that Fallen Shadow, Shondo, was hit with a ban. And I'm like, well, what they hit for a ban for, right? Because it was a ban list. You know, there's a Twitch ban alerts, a streamer ban alerts. And I saw, okay, she's banned, but it didn't give a reason. And I'm like, okay, well, why is she banned? What happened here? So I come over to read this, and we're going to read this real quick. She was banned. And here's the actual, she posted this. So this is not coming from me. It's coming from her. It's from Twitch. Obviously the purple people. right? Hi, Fallen Shadow. We've reviewed your content video and we're concerned about you. If you're currently struggling or feeling unsafe, please reach out for help. Talk to someone you trust, contact your doctor, or go to the hospital. In accordance with our community standards and to protect our community, we've removed your content. Suicidal or self-harm, and I guess I said the word, so now I'm going to be demonetized, guys. So we've got 1,200 of you in the chat right now. Can you guys do me a favor and smash the like button? Because now that I've said the S word, we're going to get in trouble here because I shouldn't have actually said that. Just like self-delete or self-yeet or whatever else. So there goes our monetization. There goes our green monetization. RIP video of the day. Eagle, my clipper, beep that out when you get it. And we're getting a little choppy on the internet connection here. See, it's because I said the word. As soon as I said the word, they come from my connection. They're like, you should not talk about seppuku. Actually, you know what's funny? So I was talking to a Japanese friend, and this is, of course, completely on topic. And they're like, oh, Andrew, I saw this really cool band. And I'm like, oh, what's the name of the band? And they're like, Seppuku Pistol. And I'm like, do you mean the Sex Pistols? And they're like, no. Seppuku Pistol. And I'm like, and apparently they're all salarymen. So that kind of fits, like a bunch of salarymen in a band called the Seppuku Pistols. Pretty hilarious. Anyways, back to talking about self-deletion. So self-deletion is not allowed on Twitch. Please read our community guidelines, which we are going to read. We're going to read the rules on this. We have a page dedicated for mental health and resources that can help you navigate. As this is a breach of our community guidelines, we have suspended your account temporarily. Please know you are a valuable part of the Twitch community. Please take care. Due to your suspension, any subscriptions you may have will not renew. So essentially it demonetizes you there. To make changes to your subscriptions while suspended, please contact us. So what did she actually do? So what she actually did was had, I believe, 3 drinks of like cream alcohol, like cream beer or whatever the hell it was, like, and was like drunk crying a little bit. And that was self-deletion, right? That's apparently self-harm. Because she was drunk and maybe doing some drunk crying, right? Speaking of which, by the way, let me get these super chats. Felzu says, come at me, Peppers. I can fix you, Peppers.
Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. Oh yeah.
Thanks, Felzu. Aranaku Senpai says the ban was targeted harassment. IMO 5 me. So wait, we're getting there. Hold on, we're getting there. Namons, the RedTuber, said, here's some proper Canadian money to help with any loss of revenue over the S word, upsetting advertisers. It's YouTube. I mean, I frankly don't think advertisers give a shit because I'm speaking about it in a legal context, in a business context, in an analytical context. I'm not encouraging it. I'm not promoting it. In fact, anybody who knows me knows that I am very much against self-harm of any kind. I've had people in my family, I've had friends that have either attempted or have done that. And it really is something that really disturbs me. I don't like to hear about it, frankly. I don't like to watch videos about it. I don't watch any, if I see content that talks a lot about that, I don't even like to watch that myself. So I am, if anybody, super sensitive about it and try to be respectful about that. Right. So yeah. Market Reality, I see your chat, but it's a little bit off topic. So I'll get it a little later in the chat, but I see it though. So I got you, Market Reality. But all right. So she was drinking. Now let's stop here for a second. How many other Twitch people drink on stream? A lot. How many other e-girls drink on stream or are hiding a drink on stream? I'm not sure a good number. How does Twitch enforce rules? Unequally. They have time and time again shown that they will, at any given point, simp for the e-girls and go after the VTubers. And you know why that is? Well, that's because that chart that I showed in my other video, my last video, which is all of the VTubers destroy when given a chance on a fair playing field. They destroy the e-girls. They get more viewers. They make more money. They sell more merch. They're more likable. They're more skilled. They destroy them. They wreck them. And I know it's going to make some people mad. Whatever. I'm sorry, Pokemon stands. VTubers crush you. Not even close. It's not even close. E-girls do not come close to VTubers. 2D supremacy, baby. Right? But the Twitch mods are huge simps for the e-girls because they all think that if they just ban another VTuber, they're going to get laid with Pokemon, right? That Amaranth is going to send them a special spicy kitty pic, if you know what I mean. They all think they have a chance. And they're like, oh, milady, you don't like these evil VTubers. Let me ban them for you. Let me ban them for you, milady. All the time. Time and time again. She really likes me, though. You don't understand. Real quick, Doki Bird is my favorite tomato Oshi for 50. Thank you so much. Doki Bird is my favorite tomato Oshi. Says Shondo and other VTubers just need to find a Twitch in and sleep with them to not get a ban. Of course, they put in the terms of service that you can't talk about this too. Well, not sure if it's still in the terms of service. Yeah, it's like you don't talk about it, but that's what's happening with some people. And we know this is going on. And we know this is why there's certain biases because stuff like that is happening. Shenanigans are happening. We're going to look at the terms of service regarding self-harm now, real quick. For 10, says if it wasn't already known, Shondo apparently suffers from real serious mental health problems, and VTubing has been a successful therapy for her. Twitch removing this is actually harmful. Exactly. A lot of people, VTubing is therapy. It helps them get better. It helps them talk to people who are perhaps, introverts, extreme introverts. It actually helps them interact with other people and, feel like they're connected to a broader world. So taking that away is actually harmful. That is true. Einhander for 5 said Twitch staff are the real tier 5 subs. You know it. You know it. They're the ones that pay $30,000 for a hug. They're like, can I get a hug for 30,000 USD? Wild K for 5 said Twitch mods should take pride in their work and be required to sign the work they do, so they have accountability and compliance can be proven. Yeah, that's a step that would be nice. Now, I want to be very clear though, and this is something my mod, professional gentleman, I think is in the chat here. Yeah, he's in the chat. He brought up, which is VTubers are not a protected class. Okay, so VTubers are not like a race or a gender or a nationality. So if you discriminate against VTubers, technically you're allowed to do that. Technically you are allowed to do it. The only remedy is to call them out on social media. There's not really a legal remedy for discrimination against VTubers. If they want to say VTubers are banned from the platform, they can technically do that, and there's little they can do about it. And to be fair, people said in the chat, neither are cam girls. Yeah, cam girls aren't a protected class either. They choose to protect that class of people. So, people can oppress VTubers pretty openly, and there's nothing you can do about it. Right? And now someone in the chat said no one should be a protected class that makes people feel entitled to do things. I'm not against that, but then you need to get rid of all of them. Right? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with getting rid of every single protected class. And we just have the cause of action that everybody has in the law. We're all seen as equal, right? We're all treated as equal. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But let's continue with the actual policy. So here's the self-destructive behavior policy. This emphasis was added by someone. So I want to say, here's the policy. Community guidelines, right? You got the policy right here. Self-destructive behavior. Harming yourself or discussing self-harm can be dangerous and for not only yourself, but for viewers and those around you. We understand that streamers and viewers should be able to discuss sensitive topics related to self-harm or mental health, and we want Twitch to remain a safe space to do so. Anyone should be able to talk about their struggles if they choose so. Twitch does not allow content that glorifies, promotes, or encourages self-harm. So at no point was she promoting it like verbally. She wasn't like, go yeet yourself. She wasn't like, go seppuku yourself. She never did that. Ever. Okay? But here's the second part. We also prohibit activity. Now, we're going to come back to activity. Doing something that may endanger your life, lead to your physical harm, or encourage others to engage in physically harmful behavior. So one of the things they drop here is consumption of alcohol or substances that lead to being incapacitated. So drinking is considered self-harm. And they don't put a limit here. They don't say it's because you get drunk. They just say drinking, consuming at any point, one drink, single beer, self-harm. Self-harm. Real quick, Sparky for $4.99 says, I've been seeing a lot of hearsay on this and people putting it out as proof. When I ask for proof, it gets run around. Well, I mean, this is the policy, so it's not hearsay. This is their actual policy. So, and we saw that, like we saw the ban was for self-harm. So not both of these are direct sources. There's no hearsay there, right? It's a direct source. Now, is Twitch going to say we banned her specifically because of the drinking? No, they said we banned her because of this policy, this self-harm policy, self-destructive behavior policy. So the only activity that she did that could be reasonably inferred there is drinking. That's a reasonable inference. So I wouldn't call that hearsay. I'd say that that's pretty one equals the other. Now, there was a mod that used to be a Twitch mod. Now they're of course saying they're a Twitch mod. Now one thing right here is they're saying, and this is a former Twitch mod, apparently, allegedly, take it with a grain of salt. So they were saying on Twitter that consumption of alcohol and other substances that can lead to being incapacitated, from my experience, we need to see the user physically incapacitated, such as physically seeing them in a drunken stupor. So, for example, they would need to look like Nick Rekieta looks on an average night where he's streaming. Right? They would need to see a physical person who's drunk. Unable to respond in a normal or timely manner, or consuming a large amount. So not 3 beers, but a large amount. I do believe Shondo did not get so inebriated that she is not able to respond in a normal and timely manner. But I do note this is very subjective, as we can only hear her talk and not see her consume it. It's a gray area. Well, why are people getting banned in the gray area? That's my question. Why get banned in the gray area? Why? Just why not? Why not keep it up presumptively unless you know that there's some self-harm that came from that? I don't know. Bernard Rednicks, member for 3 months, says, I'm amazed that Twitch managed to last this long. I know. There's like a bumble full of fuck-ups. They're just, every time, they just fuck things up wildly. And they're extraordinarily biased. They're corrupt. It's only a matter of time with Twitch, but they've held on for a while. Wildcat said someone bid around $64,000 for a gamer date with Iron Mouse at Sea Dog's V-Day, but it's Iron Mouse though. See, here's the thing: $30,000 for Pokimane or $64,000 for Iron Mouse. I think that's more based. Also, it's a charity auction. Okay, so it's going to charity. I think that's a worthy charity if $64,000 goes to Iron Mouse's charity. I think that's pretty cool. Or Connor's charity. That's pretty cool. That's honestly pretty cool. Right? Because she is petite and they hate petite women. Yeah, they do indeed hate that. They do hate that. All right. So what happened? So people on Twitter went wild. I posted on this. I called them out. I tagged Twitch. I tagged Twitch support. That got over 250,000. I think almost like 300,000, 400,000 views on that. So, and a lot of other people, went out there. Those that are really Chats and Stacy's, which is
Not a sin. I cannot absolve you. Mega based.
Went out on Twitter and engaged in a Twitter campaign, tagging Twitter and Twitter support. There is no legal remedy, okay? I'm here to tell you as a lawyer, there's no legal remedy that is going to work for her to sue Twitch. The only remedy is to call them out. That's why I do it, because I know the law is not going to provide a good remedy here. And a lot of lawyers will lead you to believe that the law is the be-all, end-all. I was a corporate lawyer. We didn't resort to lawsuits to figure out everything. No, in fact, sometimes the non-legal way is the more efficient way. The more efficient way is doing the thing that works, which is social media, particularly on X, which is the most open social media and also lets you to directly tag them. Only when they were shamed by hundreds of thousands of people, including the CEO being tagged, support being tagged, only then, after all of that, for 24, 48 hours of them probably getting over 1 million, tags, retweets, everything else, finally, she got this, okay? And we're going to read through this because this is the most bitch ass apology, non-apology ever. Let's look at this real quick, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't acknowledge any other genders. We're just ladies and gentlemen here tonight. Well, actually, take that back. I'll add a third gender. You can be a lady, a gentleman, or a
monkey とかさ。
decide. You decide. All right. So, hello, Fallen Shadow. A member of our team has reviewed your appeal and can confirm that the correct enforcement was issued. So, full stop here real quick. I'm going to stop sharing real quick. So, their first line says, "We were right." Well, if you're right, then why do you need to send an email? Why do you need to, what are you trying to do here? If you were right and you did nothing wrong, you don't even need to email. Just say, yeah, we stand by our decision. Right? We stand by it. But let's continue. However, given the details of your case, we have determined that your appeal can be accepted. Fuck you. Hold on real quick. I got this piss.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
It can be accepted. Oh, we're going to allow it because you reached a number of people that tagged us on social media, because that's the reality here. And so because enough people tagged it, we can't accept it. Fuck you. You're a bunch of bitch ass little whiny turds, right? This is just absolutely mind-numbing. It's disgusting. And the fact that they can't even say they're sorry. Just apologize to her. Just be like, hey, we're sorry. Where in this is a sorry? Where in this is a sorry? Right? Like, they might as well, they said sincerely, but they might have put regards. Regards is the fuck you of signatures, by the way. If someone puts regards, like regards Twitch, that's like fuck you Twitch. But like, this is pretty much a fuck you of an apology. And it's a non-apology. It's like, we don't like you, but we're going to do this because enough people tagged it and they're calling us out. It's disgusting. It's vile. And it's frankly, it makes me, tell people, look, I know YouTube's bad, but so is Twitch, right? So is Twitch. And neither are perfect. And I know you've got to stream on some of them because you've got to get the access. You've got to get out there. I get that. Look, I understand that. But this is bad. And this is disgusting. It's mind-numbing, really jarring. It's the audacity, like El Win said there, for 20,000 Vietnamese dongs. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, El Win. Appreciate that for the win. And Wolfram, 47. What is that? 47. Right? Or 47. Yeah, there you go. Got to do it in the right order, right? Said stupor and stupidity are two separate things. One is optional. The other seems mandatory. Yes. This is definitely stupidity. Bologna Bong for 5 says the way YouTube and Twitch handle appeals, unless you've got a large enough following to bash them, they're disregarded terrible, which is why I always, whenever I see a creator that's out there that's been wronged, I immediately get on those Twitter campaigns because they work. They work. And the fact is you have to. And the only way to get somebody, even a small creator, even a large creator, everybody back on, unless you're a mega creator like Mr. Beast level or Asmongold level, the only way to get back up is to shame them on social media, is to call them out on social media. That's the only way to get something fixed fast. It's sad. It's pathetic, but that's the reality. Someone said, can you sue for unfair treatment? She's a partner. No, you have to follow the TOS. And the TOS says they can cancel you at any time for any reason. There's no third party. Now, if there was a third party contract and they messed with a third party contract, which is the case of Mr. Beast. See, with Mr. Beast, there's other contracts they interfered with, which is why in the Mr. Beast case, Twitch is in much more trouble. That's why they settle. That's the difference here. Shondo doesn't have third party contracts that are being interfered with, that are being messed with. She doesn't have defamation that's occurring. So, you know, you're not going to get a suit against Twitch. And I know what some people have said. They said, well, isn't there a contract between you and the user? Nope, because the users are abiding by TOS as well. They, you know, are abiding by those terms of service. Now, maybe in the future, the law changes, but that's the way the law is right now. I would support a change in the law, but I'm not going to tell you the law as I want it. That's wishful thinking. A lot of people do that. They say, this is the law the way I want it. Yeah, I would love the law to have a streamer's bill of rights. I would love that shit. That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. If we get a streamer's bill of rights, fantastic. But we don't have that right now. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. Real quick, appreciate all those that were donating. And also, thank you for everybody who liked the video. We're now at 623 likes. We got 13. I saw 1337. It hit 1337. So we're the elite crew here. So guys, let's get another 400. Let's get to 1,000 likes. We can do this, guys. 1,000 likes. And I mean, I don't know, maybe I give you a little bit of onigiri. Maybe I pull a whip out an onigiri. Who knows? It might happen. You know, you get shown an onigiri live. It might happen. It might happen. What type of onigiri? Lord only knows. Margariotti also asked, how much are condos in Bangkok? Depends on what type of condo you want. Condos can range. I have condos that I get for clients. I have a bunch of clients that I just was helping out in Bangkok for as low as $400 and up to, if you want 1,000, you want 2,000, 3,000, you can go that level. I'm somewhere in the middle, but there's a lot of clients that have $500 condos in Bangkok, and they're awesome, awesome condos. Anyways, that's what we had for Shondo. 7-Eleven onigiri is best. I agree. That's what I have. I have the 7-Eleven onigiri. They are the best. They're so good. They're so good. Ricardo Fung says, not sure if it's off topic, but do you think there'd be a platform in the near future for only VTubers to stream on without all the hassles? Considering YouTube and Purple have been bled, and I don't know about Kick. Yes, there are. In fact, there are platforms that are starting that. The problem is they don't have the reach. So Ricardo, the problem is that these platforms need to grow to the point where they're the size of YouTube or Twitch, so they have the same reach as those platforms. Without the same reach, doesn't matter. It's like Rumble or Odyssey. Rumble and Odyssey are cute, but nobody watches those, right? I mean, yes, some people watch Rumble and Odyssey. Not a lot of people. Kick, but it's still not close. Yeah, and the numbers aren't there. So yeah, it might happen. Will it get there? I don't know. It's going to be a while. It'd be a while for it to get up to that level. Japan should make it, maybe, but then it'd be subject to Japanese law, which might be really difficult for some people. Mega Ritz for 10 said, do VTubers make more money for Twitch than e-girl flesh tubers or less? If it's more, then wouldn't Twitch higher-ups have a financial bias to counteract the mod simp behavior? Well, there's also a lot of like behind-the-scenes stuff. There's a lot of off channel stuff. I think because of the number of e-girls, the sheer number, I think based on volume, e-girl flesh tubers probably make more in the aggregate. But if you look at like stack them up pound for pound, punch for punch, VTubers probably outclass them. But the thing is, that's not how they think. They're like, oh, there's more e-girls out there. No, if I just simp for one more e-girl, I'm going to get laid, because that's their strategy. It's really disgusting, frankly. What I think is eventually they're going to get maybe sued by a company. because they're going to mess with the company's contracts or the company's VTubers. And then let's say a HoloLive, an Ichisanji, maybe even a FaZe Connect ends up suing Twitch. That would really change things. That would change things. But it's going to need to be like something on that level, like Sakana versus Twitch. Anthony said, wouldn't Section 230 have to change to stop these platforms from these biased censorship? Yeah, like I said, the law has to change. The law has to change, okay? The law is going to need to change. Not just Section 230, but we'd actually need a better cause of action to bring against these platforms. But yes. Harold Power Cult for 40 said, governments tell why they punished you, not Twitch. No due process. Zero due process. Wolfram says it's sad that they were banned to look good, and the remedy is to confront them on it. And because of fear of, again, looking bad, they repeal the decision. I wish they make up their minds. And the thing is, they're just going to wait for another excuse to ban Shondo. As soon as they find another excuse to ban Shondo, they're going to try to ban Shondo again, which is why we need to remain vigilant and why we need to call out their bullshit whenever they do it, because that's all they respond to. Because they're like little girls, right? They only respond to people being mean to them on the internet. It's so weird. Derp says Twitch needs to clear out these Jack Murphy mods. Indeed, but they're led by Jack Murphy types. So, it's the cuck leading the cuck, so to speak, the simp leading the simp. All right. Let's talk about Kirsche. Let's talk about Spicy Fox. So, and this is kind of wrapping towards the end of the topics today, but I wanted to bring this up because obviously, look, I talk about politics on my channel sometimes. Now, I do try to generally separate that out from my VTuber stream. So if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to watch it, right? If you want to check out, you can check out. And that's how I do it. And I know there's streams I cover on topics like Disney that you guys don't watch, or topics like maybe I do some criminal stuff. We're going to be covering the trial of Sarah Boone. I'm going to be doing almost all of that when that comes up. I know a lot of you guys may not be interested in that, and that's fine. I'm cool with that. I'm going to cover stuff you're not going to like occasionally. It's going to happen. I'm going to still cover VTuber stuff, but still cover Disney stuff, right? That doesn't mean that I stop covering it. It just means I understand that part of my audience doesn't watch some of my content. That's fine. I'm totally okay with that. I've accepted that. However, there are some deranged weirdos on the internet that cannot deal with the fact that that people have opinions on the internet. Okay, so let's look at this little clip. And I just want to put out here kind of PSA, because much love for the spicy cat, right? Spicy cat. But this is from Kirsche. It's a post here. If you have a problem with me, take it to me. It's creepy and cowardly to do this shit to my friends, especially when you make a burner account. So they're doing this to Makona VT here, saying, hi, hello, PSA, if you don't like who I follow, who I'm friends with, what I retweet, and they're like, you should unfollow me, right? So somebody created a burner account called Fuck VTubers. And under that Fuck VTubers burner account, look at this shit. I don't know. I know you don't. No, sorry. I don't you know what kind of fucked up people you follow? But sorry, their English is so bad. I'm trying to mentally correct it because there's so much.
monkey.
I have to try to correct their English here. But you are going to lose your whole career and page. So this is part of the, sorry, and this is a little bit political, guys. It's part of the deranged activist / woke playbook to say you will lose your career, kind of threatening your career. That's what is done very, very often, saying you're gonna lose everything, right? That's part of it. And Paige, if you keep backing that dumb white fox bitch, by the way, Kirsche should make that merch, that dumb white fox bitch, and just her in trolling, like a troll emoji, that would actually be funny, just to troll that back. It's really not worth it. Trust me. If you don't stop supporting her, I'll send people to report you here and Twitch. VTubers should not talk about politics on stream, and that's that you clout chasing wanna a B VTuber. So this chingerish here, right? This chingerish here. I just want to say, look, I know these people are dumb. I know these people are stupid. I know they're not going to listen. But you're not getting rid of Kirsha. You're not getting rid of the people who follow. And please, please, please do not be intimidated by bullshit like that. If somebody tries to get you to stop following your Oshi or somebody you love or a content creator because they're like, you're going to fail, literally don't listen to them. That is brain damage, brain rot bullshit that should be absolutely disregarded. And yes, the grammar on that was like a child. Like, hold on, let me just play the clip here. I think I got it.
Yeah, right. Explain this to me like I'm retarded.
That won't be that hard.
Yeah. So once again, straight but heartfelt fuck you on behalf of myself, and as a friend of Kirsha. I'm not going to stop following Kirsha. I'm not going to stop being around that. And just like on my channel, I don't stop covering stuff. I'm not afraid to cover stuff just because I have an opinion. Yes, I have an opinion. And when I have an opinion, I try to make sure that's clear that's my opinion. And I'm going to, drop occasional comments here and there. But I do try to be objective and neutral with that as much as I can be, right? And I make the content I want to make, motherfucker, right? I'm going to make the content I want to make. And if you don't like that, here's what you do. Here's what you do. You just turn it off like that, right? You just turn it off. I'll turn it off my camera, but go into my nice Regal Mindset avatar here real quick. And just turn it off. If you don't like the content, turn it off. Easy as that. Don Tonzo says, IMO playing around this grain area. There's a high level of risk for streamers. You can go big or mods can rub an FU due to ambiguity of circumstances. Mods freely can be suggestive and still be correct enforcement, which is why the law needs to change. The rules need to change. And also what's acceptable in the industry needs to change. These people need to be fired, right? These companies need to be changing to the point where they're firing people that do this so they can be transparent, so they can be accountable. Take a page out of X's playbook. Fire 80% of your useless staff that's doing jack shit. You'll be a much better company for it. So yeah, I appreciate that, Don Tonzo. Thank you for the 2,000 yen. That's like my my Shinkansen / bus ticket to the airport tomorrow. Mark Uriarte said, R has come a long way and has enough viewers that you can't say their name on YouTube. Odyssey was sued by some government for accepting crypto supers. Wow. And doesn't recover. See, there you go. But Rumble is, and look, I'll say Rumble's name. I say their name. I'm already in trouble for saying the self-deletion stuff. Rumble is growing, but they're not there yet. I'll just say that. They're not there yet. They're growing, though. They're growing. It's true. Ricky Boys, or Rick X Boy, says, this is clearly translated from another language, probably. Anthony for 5 says, we love the Foxu, but she is because she is brain damaged. Exactly. We love them because they're special. Dantanza also says, for 500 yen, says, SSS Sniper Wolf is a good example of the opposite side of the spectrum. That's true. That's very true. Mark's Mayhem, member for 5, says, I need repayment for that broken English. Oh, that English. Razor Gone for Singaporean 5 says, any way I can ask that person to update his brain from the Stone Age to modern times? Well, they've got the brain that's about the same as this. And I will say, I went to a wild meat restaurant and I had a curry and I'm like, give me the manager's special curry. And after I was eating it, I'm like, oh, this is delicious. What is this? And they're like, oh, inoshishi and shika. And I'm like, Shika, no. And that reminded me of this little clip, which I'll play here real quick, which was sent to me of a sync up between Bollywood and a certain theme. Why, oh, why does that work so perfectly? Why, oh, why does that work so perfectly? That is chef's kiss on point, right? Now you're all brain damaged. Now you are all spicy cats. Gotcha. Oh, man. Only on Legal Mindset can you go from talking about the law to Bollywood mixed with anime theme songs. Only on this channel, which is why you should smash the like button. By the way, we're at 700 likes. We're 700 likes. We're almost there, guys. Come on. Like the video. You can do it. I know you're there. I know you can do it. All right. Let's see here for a second. We got a couple here. Samson says, does YouTube really have the ability to delete Iron Mouse's VOD channel? And could this be related with streamer favoritism on YouTube? It could be, but it's probably part of their new policy on quote unquote reuse content. So I believe they may have rescinded that, or they may be fighting that one. I think she's fighting that battle right now. But if it hasn't already been appealed, I need to catch up on this one specifically. I am a little bit behind on that. Chat, catch me up. Did Iron Mouse get that one back? I think she may have. But that said, it's because of the reuse content. They don't like channels that are all reuse content, which is why a lot of clip channels have been hit recently. So a lot of clip channels have taken a big hit. And that's across the board. It's not just VTubers. So look, guys, I'm honest. I'm not trying to make up a narrative that's not there. Like, it's a broader thing that's not restricted to that. It's happened, for example, in the LawTube sphere, where there's a lot of clippers that just clip LawTubers. They're getting hit on that. And so reaction channels are getting hit on that. A lot of channels are getting hit on that, right? So they're trying to clean stuff up. Knight said, for 5, just arrived. Mind some content for the swearing. I mean, I think I've given you a lot of content there, but there's going to be more about. I've got a Pippa's drinking problem stream, a clip that's going to come up in a bit. So we'll get to that before we finish up on Ubisoft here today. Let's see. Einander said, add to the reasons to support Australia trying to ban minors from social media. It's not going to work though, because they're only banning them from like 2 websites, like Facebook and Instagram. What they got to do, if they really wanted to make that work, they got to ban cell phones. So essentially, if they see a kid with a cell phone, you throw them in jail. Throw the kid in jail. Or send them to the mines. Because remember, the children crave the mines. And Australia, if Australia has one thing, well, they have 2 things. Number 1 is kangaroos, marsupials in general. And number 2 is mines. They have a lot of mines. And the kids are craving the mines. So why not, if you see them with a phone, send them to the mines? I think it's kind of based. Based idea? Huh? Just saying, come on.
Not a sin. I cannot absolve you. Mega based.
Just saying. The craft of mining. It's a learned craft. Spider bruh. Bruh, you're a spider, bruh. This is also ban mass reporters of accounts. Yes. IP ban them. Device ban them. Fuck them. Falzufer too said, you dear. Einander said, not going to lie, that's fine with me. Yeah, send him to the mines. Yeah. The problem is they're not going to do that. But here's the thing. At the end of the day with Australia and the social media ban, you got to be a good parent. And too many parents want the government to parent for them. I'm sorry. I know this is me being all Mr. do it yourself individualist, but yeah, be a good parent. Like, don't make the government do a job you should be doing because you're too much of a pussy, right? Or you don't want to be a parent. And that applies to men and women, by the way, right? You got a uteri up or testicle up or whatever you've got, right? Monkey up, right? If you're a monkey, grab your red baboon balls and do it. That's it. Simple as that. Right? Speaking of grabbing their balls, Muzzy Skeleton for 10 Legal Mindset memberships. What's going on right now?
Yeah, I'm in favor of execution. Maybe our entire team needs to be executed after tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much, Muzzy. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Executing on those 10 Legal Mindset memberships. Appreciate you right there with that. Thank you so much. So yeah, it's a real big issue with parents, and a lot of parents do want to shirk that. And once again, you do have to take some personal responsibility on that, like with many things. Night for 1,000 up there in Hokkaido. My based mechanic bro says, bullshit. YouTube still bombards me with Family Guys and Simpson clips non-stop, but the waifu clips disappeared. Reused content, my ass, are not better than Twitch. I agree. And by the way, that's probably because the people who make Family Guy and Simpsons want to reap in that dough, right? Want to reap in that money. All right, let's do a little Pippa clip before. Now, this one's 2 minutes and 50 seconds, but we'll watch this, and then we're going to talk a little bit about Ubisoft, and I think that'll be good for tonight because I got to sleep. So let's do this. Pippa's drinking problem.
I've learned in this past half a year of actually like going out, hanging out with people. I am the alcoholic of the group.
Oh no!
I am always the.
By the way, I learned a word in Japanese. I learned a word of Japanese. It's actually really cute. Apparently, I don't know if this is just slang from like somebody, but it's like aruchu. Aruchu is like a cute way to say alcoholic. Like aruchu desu. And I'm like, what the? I'm like, that is so cute. It's like Pikachu, but with alcohol. Like that's adorable and also problematic at the same time.
The one to get drunk first, and I am always the one to drink the most. Everywhere, every time. Jay's burp, thank you. Have you ever heard the one about Myra? No. My rock hard cock. Oh yeah, alcoholic rise up. I'm not like an alcoholic. It's already been 40 minutes. I've been rambling about stupid shit for I've been on the menu for this game for 40 minutes. Jesus Christ. Can you drink more than Tenma? Oh god, yeah. Tenma likes drinking more than I do, but I can handle my liquor better than Tenma can. To put Tenma in a drinking contest. I will say, I think I've been blessed by like, I guess just like good genes to be able to tolerate a lot of liquor.
Some people can.
It's actually more of a curse because it means I just drink more. It just means that I end up drinking a lot more and it looks a lot worse. By the time I do get drunk, visually the sight is a lot worse, right? Like other
I know that. See, I know that problem though. I know that problem. Like I was actually drinking the other day with a group of people, and there was a girl who was like smaller, but she can drink even more than I can, like far more. But it's like all fine until they're like cross that line, and then it gets just like you're just destroyed, right? So it goes from like having it together to really sloppy, like quick, you know? Like there's that like everything is fine, and then you're falling over, and then you're a mess, right? Versus me is like if I'm drinking. Niji finally got me, guys. I'm sorry. Niji finally got me. I'm back. But anyways, I was saying, if I'm drinking, usually I'm like drinking to a certain point, and I get sleepy and I go home. That's my general thing. But anyways, F in the chat. They shut me down. Triptych says, pull up. Felzu says, maybe I can't fix her. Ricardo Fung said, I almost spat my coffee over the Australian kid sent to the mine jokes. You're welcome. You're welcome, Ricardo. God forgive me, but that sounded like fun historical things from Deutschland years ago. We'll leave it at that because I'm not saying those words. Einhander said, if it was about protecting the kids, I would agree parenting is a solution, but this is to protect us from kids ruining something else again. I mean, I don't think the site should let them on and all the parents should let them on as well. It's going to take both because some people want to put the burden on social media, but it's also on the parents. It needs to be both working together to make the future better and not have kids fucked up by social media. Because I do agree, like ingesting social media since you're like 2 years old is harmful, objectively. Anthony says for 5, Piff a perfect waifu. We know what you're doing over there. I know what you're doing over there, okay?
Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. Oh yeah.
Bologna Bonks, I'm in a weird place where everything is going well until I have a cigarette that pushes me from buzz to drunk immediately. At least you know you, man. Wolfram says, Ubersoft, the Ubi shit. They used to be great games. Now they're blaming us for making their own bad decisions. For shame. We'll talk about that in a second. And Dantazo, better word, nomi hodai. Drink all you can. Should I mention it? So I learned about nomi hodai last time I was here. I also know about tabi hodai, which is all you can eat. But there's an island that I was told about that used to be an island of, let's say, working women in Japan. So there's a word for, so obviously hodai means all you can, right? There's a word for masculine self-release. So somebody made a joke the other day about that island being an example of masculine self-release hodai, right? I didn't want to say it, right? And I'm like, I just died laughing. I could not stop. It was over for me. It was over for me. And I'd like even on the train, I was like, no way, somebody just came up with this. Yeah. All you can spunk. This is the type of stuff I get into. It's mega yabai with the legal mindset. Lord Botha says, have you ever given a thought into looking into Gums Ember situation with Nick Dizzle Gaming making large videos? Now Mark's game is a scam and the potential legal modification. No, but I would be willing to work with him because Grums is an awesome guy. We've collabed. He's been on my channel. So I'll look into it. And, maybe I can hit him up about it. Yeah, sounds fun. The Chaos Smashes, I want a fun historical thing from Deutschland. No! Bad! You cannot have a fun historical thing from Deutschland. No.
Disgusting.
All right. Degenerate indeed. Don Baca, definitely a degenerate. Super degenerate. Right? Real quick here, Spider Bro for 99 says, parents need to be more involved in what their kids are doing. Agreed. How many times have parents said, look at what these games are showing our children? Exactly. Then I should ask them, well, how did they get the game? Exactly. Who bought it for them? Who had to go to the register to buy it for them, especially if they're not 18 years old and it's something that they would need to be 18 years old to buy or over 16 or wherever else. The parents had to buy that game for them. They enabled them to do that. Who unlocked their phone, right? Who allowed them to buy those games? Who gave them the credit card? Who gave them carte blanche, right? Boog, when you say historical Austrian painter did nothing wrong, I'm assuming you mean somebody from the time of the Baroque era or the Dark Ages. I have no idea about any Austrian painters. All right. On that note, as you guys degenerate even further, let's talk about Ubisoft. So I've seen them doing this lately, and I want to point this out because this was pointed out on an Assassin's Creed trailer, but I've actually seen this in Star Wars Outlaw videos. I've seen this in many other Ubisoft videos where they are now sending legions of bots. Watch this video. I want you guys to check this out. Oh, Ubisoft is coming for me, guys. Ubisoft is coming for me because I don't think Yasuke is cool. I'm not simping for Yasuke. They're big mad, guys. They're big mad that I'm not simping for Yasuke. Okay. I think our connection's looking a little better now. All right. So here is this bot situation. Watch this. Watch this. So they're all these girls. So the bots are always these girls, right? So it's these Ubi hoes, right? And you know these are bots because first of all, there's no hot. If there's a hot girl who's posting a comment on your Ubisoft video, that's a bot. The cam girl bot. Yeah, that's a bot. Hot girls are not sitting around all day posting on Ubisoft videos. The Uba hoes. Yeah. That's not happening. It's not happening. Right? I like how that one was a picture of a girl and it's a guy named Steve. But anyways. And the F for my connection, guys. F in the chat for my connection, guys. F in the chat. The Ubisoft, they really don't want me to show this because I'm getting to the part to talk about historical accuracy in Japan. Right. Let's continue. Let me just play this for another minute or two here as it loads. Yeah, the Uber ninjas are coming fast. They're coming hard. F my laptop. No, I'm in Nagoya, not Manila. I am in Nagoya. Nagoya. Maybe it's just a connection here. So let me just stop that because maybe it doesn't want to show you. But the point is, you guys could see there in the beginning. I don't want to test my connection. I don't know what's going on there. My connection's being weird. The Ubisoft bots are out there. So I'm going to do a separate video on this when I'm back in Bangkok on gaming, everything else. Maybe I'll try to get Mark on or learning the law or, some other folks that are commenting. Also, Smash JT. I need to, he wants to come on. He wants me to come on his channel, Smash JT. So maybe I'll have him on my channel. We'll talk about games. That would be a really cool collab. So I will talk about that in the future. But it's crazy the lengths that they're going through. They're going through insane lengths to pump their own stuff while block out bad opinions. It's absolutely nuts. Canon event. You get stun locked by Shauna Weeks. Canon? All right. Chaos Smash says send Ubisoft to Deutschland historical. Oh, goddamn. Oh, my God. Deutschland historical thing. Yes. Yes. Send them to Deutschland historical thing. Yes. Yes. Bad Leighton said Ubisoft because they never get you hard.
Degenerates. You guys degenerates.
Oh God, we gotta shut this down. We're getting too spicy here, guys. We're getting too spicy. Oh my God. Silbury says, speaking of stun lock, can I sneak in a clip request at the end? Callie's reaction is hilarious when Ollie suddenly changed the lyrics to red. I've got that one, but it's gonna be another one. So my members stream, a lot of you sent in longer clips, like 5 minutes, 4 minutes. I'm going to do a member stream where we go over more of a clip stream. We're going over a bunch of clips on the reviewing stuff like that. So we're going to do that for a member stream. So if you send it, I'll probably put it on that. Since my connection is being weird today, I want to make sure that we're all good today. QB says, I find it ironic that gaming journalists accuse anyone of posting negative reviews as being bots, but they are silent on Ubi's bots. They won't say shit because they're all in a big circle jerk of positivity over things like Dustbin and Concord, which end up failing out. Right. And the next one is going to be Assassin's Creed. Right. And they're just worried about that. So we're going to get into that in the future. But it's been a joy to be back here with you guys. I really do appreciate hanging out with you guys, with you all base chads out there. It's been fantastic. I've got to get some sleep. It is now almost 12 in Japan, and I've got to wake up at 6. So I got to go to bed. But I'll leave you with a little bit of, coping and then some la la, man. Enjoy, guys. Stay based, and I'll catch you later.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yet you're coping and seething. The truth is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Low,